chosen ones, empaths, and all the real ones. Throughout the relationship, this happened time and time again in your situation. You would constantly apologize for things that are the narcissist's fault. But I've had like an epiphany or realization that many of you blame yourselves, okay? And I've touched on this, but this is your first time here. Narcissists know that you'll blame yourself, okay? Now, I'm not, the thing is I always say chosen ones, empaths, genuine souls, real ones, like that stuff. And I don't know if it's making you who are in the specific situation where you're blaming yourself, right? That's why I feel like we need to fix this. You're putting yourself down. You feel like it's your fault. You feel like you've done this, right? And the thing is chosen ones, empaths, and genuine souls aren't perfect, all right? I'm not saying you're perfect. All I'm saying is you're not a narcissist. Now, I come across people in sessions who think they're narcissists, all right? And it's so common. The amount of times I've heard people say, like, they think they're a narcissist because of this and that. And it's like, I want you to understand that many of you acted out of character and done things that you're not proud of because of you was in love, right? If it's a romantic relationship, you're in love, or you can have love in other relationships, but you generally might have acted out of character because of how much you believed in this person. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like you cared about the relationship that much that you were passionate, and they take your passion, they manipulate your passion and use it for narcissistic supply, like, you know, drawing you out, getting reactions out of you and this and that. And then obviously, cut a long story short, when the relationship ends, you're left with lots of doubt and guilt and stuff. But I want you to embrace that. You feel bad about the things that you've done, all right? And hopefully you're changing from the things that you're not proud of, right? And I tell this to myself too, okay? Hopefully we can change from the things we're not proud of. But it doesn't justify what they've done, okay? Many of you have been treated in the worst ways, financially abused, cheated on, ghosted, abandoned, given silent treatment, maybe even physical abuse. You've gone through all sorts of types of things at the hands of these evil creatures. And, you know, it's filling you with self-hate. It's filling you with, like, you know, blaming yourself. Okay, I've had people that think that they're attracted to narcissists, okay? I've had this a few times from several people, right? They think they're attracted to narcissists, or because of what happened to their own childhood, they gravitate towards narcissists. And I understand their point, but it's more narcissists gravitate towards you, all right? Narcissists are hungry, all right? And, you know, I made a video recently, yesterday, and it's like narcissists will settle with dusties. And this is what's so shocking. It's about the downgrade. It was a video recently. Like, narcissists will settle with dusties, but they struck gold with you. That's basically what I go into a bit more in detail in the video. Like, if you keep trying to find someone, they'll find someone eventually. You see what I'm saying? And that was a positive encounter with you. So you really need to understand and embrace what you brought to the table. A lot of you brought a lot of stuff to the table, okay? And they made you blame yourself throughout the whole relationship. Like, did the narcissist ever say sorry to you? Put it in the comment section. Did the narcissist ever, like, they might have apologized half-heartedly or something like that, but did they ever say, like, the way that you said sorry, or the way that you felt bad, or the way that you cried, or the way that you were down? Like, these people had you conditioned into this relationship. And the last thing you need to be doing now when it's over is blaming yourself for things you've done, this, right? Like, basically someone said to me, you know, I was doubting reaching out, you know, for a session and stuff. And that's why I'm thinking I need to always improve, right? That's like, everyone always needs to improve. And maybe I'm giving this impression that chosen ones, empaths, and genuine souls, and authentic souls, and real ones have these halos around their head. Although in the spiritual realm, I talk about light and stuff like that on the spiritual channel, you do have an aura and stuff, but I'm not saying you're perfect, all right? We live in an imperfect world. It's not a perfect world, okay? And I believe that if the world was filled with people like you in it, right, with morals and, you know, things like this, it maybe would be a nearer perfect world, wouldn't it? You know what I'm saying? These narcissists are evil. So I don't want anyone to be hesitant to put anything in the comment section thinking I'm going to make a judgment or anything like that. I've heard a lot of things from people. All right. I do get, with situations that people have been through, I'm always learning, I am shocked at certain things like what narcissists do and stuff like that. But I'm not going to base judgment. I'm not going to cast judgment upon you. Like, I need you to understand, like, that's why I always say, if you can take one thing from the video, that's all I ask for. If you can take one thing, and maybe use it in your life, So please, I wanted to. I don't know how many of you feel this way. Have you thought this way? If you're someone that has felt this way, maybe you can give some insight in the comment section to the other survivors, like about how you overcome it. Okay, and really, it's about actually, for example, right? Many of you have asked for forgiveness for the things that you've done. Okay, I come across this a lot. People begging for the narcissist. Okay, and you've said, sorry, I'll do this, I'll change, and they were gaslighting you at the time. That's what you don't like. That's why it doesn't work. Okay, when a narcissist is saying, you've done this and you're that, and this is the reason why I'm not going to speak to you, or they just ghost you, abandon you, and they do all these things, right? And they're trying to bait you into a thing which you blame yourself and start saying, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done this. And they do this to you, right? So you tried. Take it on a human level. Forget narcissism for a moment. You tried because you felt bad about the things you did. And maybe there are some things that you're not proud of. You might have got angry, you might have done this, and you apologized. They didn't want to behave coherently. They might have given you silent treatment. They might have tried to smear you, call you crazy, try to do all these things, right? You at least tried, okay? You don't need to get their validation or get them. If you have made an intention, I know all of you don't believe in God or anything like that, but you've made an intention that you are sorry for the things you've done. I believe, God is merciful, or the universe is merciful. Like, you don't need to harbor that anymore, you see? I'm not just saying that, like, I don't know, God's the only judge, right? Or the universe is the only one, you know what I'm saying? Like, but theoretically, when God is love or the universe is love, right? They're gonna understand why you've done certain things better than I can even articulate it in any sense, right? Because we've all got finite minds in comparison to the greater comprehension or the greater consciousness or the source or the universe or God or whatever, right? We've got finite comprehension in comparison to that. So it would break it down a lot clearer for you and why you acted that certain way. So none of you need to be feeling like you've done something wrong, okay? None of you need to be, you were often pushed to it. Okay, narcissists will push you and 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 push you, and eventually you pop. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. They do things to you. They are abusing you through love in romantic relationships and other friendships and things like that. They're abusing you through the guise of they're real one, they're real, they're this, and they put you down a lot and they make you feel like it's your fault all the time. Okay, and none of you need to be feeling like that. It's something you need to remove for the healing journey. It's critical. Okay, so please take what I've said on board. Okay, take what I've said on board. If there's anyone that has some insight and if they've had these feelings where they blame themselves, how they overcome it, maybe we can, as a community, we can kind of build on this topic, because it's something that I think may be holding, not holding you back, but like it's hindering your development. You see, I believe that you should feel that you've released it, even if you've asked God, or you've asked, even if you can't talk to the narcissist, even if you don't want to, if you've asked God, or you've for things you're not proud of in your life, then, or the universe, like, you're cleansing yourself, right? Or however you do in your way to, I'm not saying remove sin, but to cleanse your heart, you see, to cleanse your heart. And a lot of these things that you're associating that you done wrong, I'm telling you, they're not wrong. All right, the narcissist knows you'll blame yourself. It's part of the reason why they've done this to you. Okay, it's part of the reason why they've done this. Narcissists know that you will if they leave you alone, they ghost you, they abandon you, they do this to you, they do what, like, they know you'll, even if you cut them off, they'll get to a place where they think that you'll blame yourself. And it's what the empath does. The empath starts to empathize with their family upbringing. This is toxic information telling you that it's a narcissist upbringing. That's the way they are. You've been through a position of hurt, and I guarantee a lot of you, the first video you didn't come across was mine. And they're telling you toxic information in making you feel sorry for the narcissist. All right. This is why I don't think narcissism is treated in the best possible way. These people that are saying it's created in childhood are treating narcissism with antipsychotics. All right. I don't think they don't know how to treat narcissism. It doesn't work. They're treating it with antipsychotics from some research I've done. Like, that's for people in psychotic attacks or with psychosis or other kind of, even though the word psycho is involved, it's not the same. Okay, people that have gone through these things, psychosis and things like that, they're not evil. They're not evil at heart. So these things ain't working for narcissists. All right, and it's just not. It's just not. Mental health is like that's why it's called a personality disorder. It's not called mental health. These psychotic disorders that people have, or bipolar or whatever, right? These kind of health conditions that people have are mental health conditions. They say narcissism is a personality disorder, yet they're treating it with mental health medication. So they don't really. Do they know what they're doing? Like, obviously, there's something darker in this. And I'll touch on that on the spiritual channel. So anyway, negative forces, dark entities, devil, whatever you want to call it. There's something darker within them. Negative, like, this is who they are. And they know that you will use your love and light that you have and blame yourself. Because they conditioned you this way throughout the whole relationship. I'm sorry if anyone feels like I was just talking about romantic relationships. This is any type of relationship because, siblings, narcissist sibling, and, or family member, whoever, right, can make you start to blame yourself. They'll do this. It's like gaslighting. It's weird, and they're gaslighting you from a distance, all right, afterwards. So many of you just cleanse your heart. This is the tip, like, just cleanse your heart. Like, if you've got things you're not proud of, or the way you acted, or the way you've done things, all right, and obviously you don't need to tell the narcissist that, but like, ask God, ask the universe, ask this, cleanse your heart and release that. You can't fester with that because you need to focus. As time progresses, you will notice more and more things that they've done wrong to you, all right, and things that were going on that you don't even realize, all right. That's the thing. There's a lot of things that were going on with them that you don't even realize. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. I'm now available 24 hours across all time zones. You can also request custom videos. All video requests are processed in 24 hours. You're welcome to donate or support to the channel if you like to. My podcast is now on Spotify. Check out the spiritual channel for more content. All links you need are in the description box below. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.